All right, well, gentle parenting is a far cry from the, quote, old school style of older generations. It's a new and peaceful approach to parenting.
Peaceful. It focuses on reinforcing positive emotions in communication versus labeling bad behavior. So how exactly does it work? Well, here with us now is licensed clinical social worker Kelly Kitley. Kelly, first of all, explain to us, what is gentle parenting and what are some examples of ways that caregivers can actually do it with their kids?
Sure. Thank you so much for having me on this afternoon. This is something that I'm very passionate about. And gentle parenting really is rooted in connection, communication, and consistency. And as parents, it's really helpful for us to lead by guiding our children, being a mentor, and really educating them. And so oftentimes, many of us have been raised with an authoritarian type of parenting style, which is do as I say, not as I do, and labeling behavior as good or bad. And in gentle parenting, let's say in the morning you're trying to get your child out of the house for school as you are also trying to get yourself out of the house for work, being able to say to your child who might be having a temper tantrum on the floor, putting his or her shoes on, instead of saying, I don't like your behavior. When you get home from school today, you're not getting your iPad. Saying, I understand that you're frustrated. I can see that. And how can I help you?
That example had me wrapped because that's exactly what I have said. Like, I really don't like what you're doing right now. You know, if you want ice cream later, we got to get our stuff together. So that's a direct, you're like speaking to my soul there. Kelly, tell us, when is the most effective time for us to start with the gentle parenting? It's like, is it too late if you have a 6-year-old like I do and you haven't been gentle parenting? Is it far gone?
No way. It's never too late. And a lot of times when I'm working with women who are pregnant, we talk about gentle parenting and how do you connect with the child and what do you say to the child when they're in utero? And we can start at any age. Really, we're trying to teach our children how to identify their emotions, to have some self-awareness, to build respect in the relationship between parent and child. Amazing things can happen when we have respect for one another.
You're laying out some pretty good things here, but for those who are watching right now who maybe are a little skeptical or they're not used to this, what are some of the benefits of gentle parenting?
Sure. Well, and let me preface this by saying we are human and I am a professional in the field, but I also have 4 children. And so they are my guinea pigs of being able to try some of these techniques out. And so be gentle with yourself and really try to find a model that works best for you. And we are teaching our children how to become more empathic and be able to build social skills as well. And sometimes if you're finding that you're struggling, some key points are being consistent and being patient. And certainly any parent knows that patience is sometimes running thin.
It's true, and I think sometimes you give yourself that extra grace, or if it's, you know, they have to get out the door, build in extra time so you're not also up against the clock, which makes you more likely to be stressed. I know a lot of people are going to say, you know what, that's not how I grew up. My parents put the smack down and it worked for me. This looks like you're not disciplining your kids. So are there downsides to gentle parenting, and what should you not do when you're trying this approach?
Sure. So we do not want to create shame and anxiety in our children by telling them that their behavior is bad. And so oftentimes we become reactive. And it is important to pause, take a breath, take a step back, and then re-engage. We're reparenting ourselves as well as we go through this process. So I tell my clients that gentle parenting is also about being gentle with ourselves. And certainly if a child is in danger, gentle parenting might not be the best approach. If your child is running out into the middle of the street, you're going to have to act fast, raise your voice, and physically remove them.
All really good advice.
Exactly. Give it a try. See what happens. Get back to us after you try
I will report back. Licensed clinical social worker Kelly Kitley, thank you for all that great advice. We appreciate it.